Of course. Well, obviously, there has to be some traumatic experience for me to be talking about narcissists. My mom died when I was 11 years old, and ever since, I grew up thinking that I had to guess everything to make everyone else happy, to survive. I just felt I was always anxious, always feeling like I needed to do something right. So I developed some kind of survival mode where I was just in it. I don't even know how it happened. Just my mom died, then something switched. I kind of disconnected from reality because it was too harsh, too hard for me to be emotional and human. So I shut off my needs completely and grew up thinking I had none, or at least that I was taking care of them. Obviously, I really believed so. And I did
That's
start
not.
realizing,
That's
yeah,
natural. Yeah.
that's very natural for a kid, especially when you have no one to tell you otherwise. Because even if my family is, they're my best friends and I love them, we get along, but that's not something you can learn without someone telling you. Like, you should be able to receive that love when you're a kid, because it's not something I need to ask for. That would be natural to tell your kids, you are worthy of healthy relationships. Oh, and by the way, this is what they look like. So that's
Yeah.
the part where I needed time. I'm 25 years old, so I think I did well. So today I noticed patterns. I did, yeah. I learned so much throughout my journey, but then again, my trauma and the narcissists were as big. Everything was aligned. So my story is that I grew up with a very unhealthy people, just very toxic friendships and boyfriends, early boyfriends, anything relating relationships. Just every time I had to be with other people, something was toxic, and I didn't know that it was coming from my wounds, and I didn't know how to stop what was happening. That's the problem. That's why I'm here today, because I really want people to know how to make it stop, because it never stops. It's a spiral. It's, oh my God, it's toxic. When you're in it, it's like you're swimming, and if you don't actually, you're swimming in toxicity if you don't really use your self-awareness. Like, something has to be conscious. You can't just go through life and thinking, no, if it really was toxic, it'll stop. Or no, someone would have told me. Or if this person, that's the narcissistic pattern. You need a codependent and a narcissistic person. So you guys are, it's two, but it acts like one person. If you don't really get to that part of self-awareness, they decide everything. They are the guides, they are the drivers, and you're just sitting, not even sitting with them. You're just not aware that your life is being directed by your fears, your wounds, your trauma. And that's the thing with codependent people and with me. I actually thought that I was better off lying and just not speaking my truth, like not showing my true self and not speaking my voice, not telling people that I had emotions, that I wanted it to stop. And it so happens to be that it happens to be a huge problem for me because I'm very, very sensitive. It makes mental clarity very easy. So when you're
Yes.
single,
That's, that's a good.
it doesn't even have to be the gut. Like, you're just mental clarity. It's okay because you don't have that emotional baggage. You don't walk around being in relationships all the time. That's my thing. People used to say, how do you know all this stuff about yourself? You're too hard on people, narcs especially. You're too hard on them. Maybe you like to be single, but not other people. So you got to understand that people are not perfect. So to single women, please understand that you're very rare, first of all, because
Yes.
the
Yes.
longer you stay single, like me, the longer, first of all, you can feel in your gut when you meet narcs, and mostly you can heal your wound, which is needing validation from the narc, because that's where it gets very hard. People who go from relationships and relationships tend to, again, lose their self.